Turning attention now to the big international story, Charlie Kirk, the man who was shot dead yesterday, a big MAGA cheerleader, he was shot dead yesterday, and now his suspected shooter has finally been captured after the fatal shooting of the influential conservative voice in Utah yesterday. He is the Turning Point USA founder. He was also someone who was very close to Donald Trump and also the president's political messaging, which was the MAGA campaign. Now, update coming in is that the suspected shooter has been arrested. Charlie Kirk was shot and killed at the Utah Valley University on Wednesday. It has sent shockwaves around America as to the ease with which political voices that are contradictory to their political opinions can actually be silenced. Deeply ironical that Charlie Kirk was also a big believer in gun ownership and liberal gun laws. Deeply ironical, that is. But the update coming in is that Charlie Kirk's shooter, the suspected shooter, has been arrested. Remember, there was a massive manhunt that was undertaken by the FBI. FBI had come out saying that all efforts are underway to ensure that the shooter is in custody. He had the image that we're putting out right now shows that he was wearing a baseball cap, and he easily managed to mingle himself with the university crowd at the campus, and which is why it took longer. The initial footage also showed that the suspected shooter had jumped off the roof and then quickly mingled with the remaining university campus students, and which is why it took longer. But the big headline coming in right now is that Charlie Kirk's shooter has been identified. He has been arrested. He is in custody. Now, details and identity of this shooter still remain. We are yet to know who really is this person. Was he a lone wolf? Was he working along with a larger organization? What were his political beliefs? Is he mentally deranged, or is there something more to it? All those are details that are yet to come out. But what we have right now is that Charlie Kirk shooter has been arrested. Let's get in Arjun Samar Mahindran, my colleague, for an update on the same. Go ahead, Arjun.
That's absolutely right, Gauri. We're just getting inputs that US President Donald Trump has, in fact, on an interview with Fox News, just said that authorities have found Charlie Kirk's killer. And I'm quoting Trump here. He has told Fox News that with a high degree of certainty, we have him in custody. Furthermore, the US President has said that somebody very close to him turned him in. This is in reference to the alleged shooter, that someone very close to this alleged shooter eventually became the reason for him being arrested and picked up by the American authorities. Furthermore, Trump has said he expects officials to give an update in a few hours from now, later today. Now, Trump's comments come after a new video showing this suspect. In fact, we saw that video and we broadcast it for our viewers yesterday when that video showed the suspect fleeing the scene. It was released by the FBI and the Utah officials. Meanwhile, police also released images of a quote-unquote person of interest wearing a black T-shirt with a U.S. flag on it and Converse shoes. Gauri, back to you.
Do we have any details about the shooter? Any details, whether he was working alone? Was he within an organization? What were his political beliefs? Was he mentally deranged? Any details whatsoever?
So as per the latest we are gathering right now, and as per what the U.S. President has just underlined, that somebody very close to him turned him in. Perhaps at the moment there is still no clarity on if the shooter possibly had some more associates or some, handlers working, he was working with. Because we've time and again, from the Utah governor to FBI's Kash Patel, we've heard the U.S. officials term this a political assassination, Gauri.
Stay with us, Arjun. For viewers tuning in right now, Charlie Kirk, an influential MAGA voice, close confidant of Donald Trump, associated with the Trump campaign, very close to J.D. Vance, and was part of J.D. Vance's political journey since 2021 when he ran for Senate for the first time. He was shot dead yesterday in Utah and raised massive questions about how is it that something like this actually happened in America. The fact is, Charlie Kirk was an influential figure, but at the same time, many said very divisive. He had beliefs which were anti-immigrant, pro-white, and a big MAGA cheerleader. Having said that, almost 24 hours later, actually more than that, is the time it has taken for the FBI, for the agencies to nab the suspected killer of Charlie Kirk. And that is a big headline, even as details are yet to emerge. Arjun, when exactly was this announcement made by President Trump, and any more idea as to what happens next from here on? Utah does have the death penalty.
Very, very, very interesting question there. So a formal announcement has not yet been made, but the U.S. President has said this on an interview while he was talking to Fox News. The statement has come less than 10 minutes ago. The President has also added that a formal announcement will very well be made later today itself.
So that's very important distinction to be told to our viewers, which is that the FBI has not made that announcement. Utah governor hasn't made that announcement. That's an announcement that's come from President Trump when he was giving a television interview to a television network in America. That's when he made the announcement that the suspected shooter of Charlie Kirk has been caught by agencies. Now, what happens next in terms of where he was found, how he was found, what were the circumstances that led to him being nabbed? All those are details that are yet to come out. Now, Arjun, you also mentioned that people very close to the shooter actually turned him in. Any details? Who these people were? And where exactly did this happen? Was it the university campus, somewhere else? Any details we have? All right, let's also get in Vishal Vivek joining us for more on this. Vishal, any more details that you can share with us in terms of the identity of the killer, the circumstances in which he was caught, and any more information?
Well, Gauri, all of those details are yet to be, divulged by the authorities in the U.S., but he had been closely following the case throughout. And what we know so far is that the convict, the perpetrator in this case, he tried to escape from the roof. He jumped from the roof, went onto a grassland, and then onward towards a wooden area. And that's how he escaped, and he evaded the authorities. We have the footage of that we have been playing throughout the day. Donald Trump has now claimed that the perpetrator has been caught, but further details have not been shared by the U.S. administration. Probably in a moment or so, Trump himself will go on Truth Social and give out the details, as he has done in the recent past whenever something big has been announced by the U.S. administration. So we'll have to wait for confirmation from authorities. But we can say that the man who's been caught is a college-age male that was already divulged. He's probably in the age range of 25 to 32 is what the authorities had indicated. And he was wearing all black, dress, wearing black sunglasses. So all of that has been divulged.
All right.